Hello, darlings. I am Cassandra. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming. In today's video, we're going to talk about why spiritual people are poor. Now, to be honest with you, I don't think spiritual people are poor, but I think they are perceived as being poor. And what gave me this idea is I was reading Harry Potter, and you know his best friend Ron and his family, they're not wealthy. And I'm thinking, but how could you not be wealthy? You're all magical and you're all witches and you can get whatever you want. I don't get it. But anyway, take a moment to visit my Etsy shop, Cassandra Magic World, and you will see a plethora of metaphysical tools to align with your goals and your dreams. Each Magic Talisman comes with instructions as well as a Feng Shui chart and how to make changes in your home and how to charge your sigil. I was thinking this would be a good idea for an art or for a video in general. Why spiritual people are poor. So the first reason I would say that spiritual people are perceived as being poor is because I think they are overgivers. They are more concerned about what they are going to leave to the planet, to humanity, to society, as opposed to what they can take. So they are the first ones who they don't probably save as much money as they could and should, because they're the first to help a family member or give to a charity or help other people. So when your focus is not on just, how much money can I save in my 401 plan, and and not saying those things aren't important at all, but I think a lot of people who are very spiritual, they don't perceive wealth in terms of what they save, but in terms of who they save. And then the second reason that I think that spiritual people are perceived as being poor is they are typically not in the rat race. To them, there is nothing more valuable and priceless than happiness. And so they don't pursue careers in general because, I want to be a lawyer or an accountant or a doctor because I heard they make a lot of money. I think a lot of spiritual people think in terms of, I want to be happy. Maybe I want to, teach first grade or teach Sunday school, or I'm just giving some examples. If they will also be a doctor and a lawyer, but it won't be because of the money. It's more so because of their service to humanity and to society. But then also another thing I was thinking about is I think sometimes the rat race is about working all the time and just this time is money. But I think sometimes some spiritual people are into the moon phases, the planetary, what planets are in alignment, what's going on, being patient, the seasons, the zodiac signs. I guess there's not a rat race to get to the top. They think there is a circle, what is it called? A circle read. A word I was looking for was like when you circadian rhythm or something, guys. You know what I'm talking about, where when the sun rises and sets and the moon cycle. All of these things are more important than just working around the clock to get ahead financially. So the second reason would be, in a nutshell, they are not in a hurry to live their life on somebody's clock or rules, or to line somebody's pocket or even their own pocket. They are living their life to feel a sense of joy and happiness and searching for the moment, like time to meditate, time to be with family. Those type of things are important to them. I'm not saying it's not important to other people, but I think spiritual people are more in tune into, am I happy? How much time do I have to do the things that I love? A third reason I think that spiritual people may be perceived as being poor is, I think a lot of times they view life in terms of being a temporary moment for personal growth. They don't invest all of their beingness. When I say beingness, they don't think that, I guess, how sometimes some people feel like I got to get like 10 houses and I got to flip those houses and I got to get my stocks and I got to get my bonds and I got to do this. I think they feel like Earth is a temporary experience for their soul, and they want to utilize this time for personal growth. They want to work on some of their issues. They are trying to become a better person. They're working on their soul's evolution, that type of thing. So because they look at Earth as a temporary experience, an opportunity for evolution to work on some of their spiritual goals and some of their spiritual challenges, they're not focused on just how to grow their bank account, but how do I grow as a soul, as a spirit, as a being, throughout several lifetimes. This is why sometimes I think they do past life readings or they talk about reincarnation. It's because they know that this is one lifetime of many, and that, just chasing after wealth, extraordinary amounts of wealth, is a waste of time, because you're not going to be here anyway. A fourth reason that I think that people who are spiritual are perceived as being poor is because I think that they're really not into designer clothes, designer shoes. I mean, the richer you feel inside as a person, as a being, the less you are interested in wearing somebody's name on you or having. I don't think they're interested in like this material wealth. They don't need gold chains and red bottom shoes, and it just doesn't appeal to them. It's not their. I think that it's not their thing, because they already feel rich inside, and and creating things, and maybe making things. I think they. I'm not sure, but I'm just going to say that the designer clothes, expensive cars, expensive homes are not things I think they really give their life meaning. And therefore they don't pursue careers or activities that will allow them to purchase those things. And even if they have the money, I just think that they look at wealth more so in terms of fulfillment and travel and experiences, as opposed to collecting material, like mansions and stuff like that. The fifth reason I think that spiritual people are perceived as being poor. Now, when I say perceived, I want to say perceived because I don't think all spiritual people are poor, and I don't think all non-spiritual people are wealthy. I'm just doing this for fun because, like I said, I just thought it would be interesting to say, generally speaking, we are, generalizing this concept. So, the fifth reason would be monetary wealth and blue blood wealth has been established by keeping money and assets and resources within the family bloodline. But I think most spiritual people see their family beyond the bloodline. I think they look for their soul family. They look for people they can trust. And I don't think that they have a mentality of, okay, we keeping this wealth within our family. Right? So we're going to have to marry people who look like us. We're going to have to check their backgrounds to see if they are, credible or good enough, or not good enough, but we're keeping the money in the family, right? Because we acquire land and wealth and all of these things so that when we're no longer here, our bloodline will still own these things. But I think spiritual, now this is something that I really believe. I think that people who are very spiritual that do not see their family as the people who share their bloodline, but as people who share their value system, their morals, their beliefs. And I think that they are always looking for their soul family. And that soul family can be from anywhere in the world, based on, not even religion, but they're looking for a rich connection to a human that helps them evolve and experience life in a much richer way. A sixth reason that I think that spiritual people are poor is, I don't think they find their safety is not about their retirement plans, but about feeling safe. They're looking for peace and harmony, and maybe a small cottage would appeal to them more so than, I got to get this 501 plan, and I got to do this, I got to do that. And I think that a lot of times when people put money away because they're thinking like, I got to do this for my retirement, but I think they are more concerned with peace, harmony, safety. I want to be in an environment where I feel safe and I feel loved. And I think sometimes that it doesn't translate into I'm going to, worried about where you're going to be at 90. I think they're more concerned about wherever I am, and as long as there is peace and harmony and joy and happiness, I'm going to be okay. Unfortunately, that's not the best planning, but I don't think their mindset is, let me pack away $20 million so that I can, live, in a great retirement home. And the last reason I have for why why spiritual people are perceived as being poor, and is when you feel magical, you feel like you already have everything that you could ever want or need. And so therefore, I feel like, and I know this is the truth for myself, like a $20 million is not going to make them feel richer than knowing that they can manifest whatever they want and need. So sometimes I know people might think, well, I need $20,000. But I know people who they feel like, well, I apply for a grant and my living expenses have been paid for the next 2 years. They feel that every time they need something, the universe will actually respond to them, and they will have everything they need. And then another thing I was thinking about too, and maybe it can fit under one of the categories that I've already gone over, is I think there's a richness in being creative, and they feel like I can create whatever I want. I can, let's just say a coat that they have sewn or made or patched up is more valuable than like a fur coat or something like that. And the other thing I want to say is I think that they have a mentality of recycling of refurbishing, reusing. There's this need to want to be resourceful and to care for the planet and the animals and the planet, all of these things. So there's not an energy of what can I take from the planet, or what can I conserve just for my family, but the overall health of the planet long term. So they look at this experience to this opportunity to experience life on the planet is an opportunity for them to give and to contribute to humanity. And and that, maybe in another lifetime they may come back or not, but I don't think that they view that I don't think that a lot of spiritual people view Earth as a permanent home, but a temporary place in the cosmos where souls come to have an experience, and part of that experience is taking care of the planet, and taking care of the planet in the Earth suit allows certain lessons allows them to experience certain lessons to help their overall evolution as a spiritual being. If you have any more ideas of why why spiritual people are perceived as being poor, however, it's just because they have a different perspective about what's important, please drop it in the comment box below. But I think the main thing is, when you feel rich and when you know who you are, material things really don't always interest you. I'll say it's not that it not only does it not define them, it really doesn't interest them, because hiking and growing things, there's something about enjoying the planet and family and friends and creating things with their hand that make them feel like they're already rich, and they don't see the material wealth that society is telling us that you have to be wealthy. I don't think they even see that as important. I really hope this I really hope this video helps someone. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you, darlings, in the next video. Hello, darlings. I am Cassandra. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming. In today's video, child, if you are not tapped in, this is gonna tap you all the way out. But we're gonna talk about demons. Yes, but not demons in general, but a particular demon who is petitioning, who's under review at this moment, of perception. So how we talk about fallen angels, and there's angels who was so good and then they became a really bad angel. Is it possible for a demon to become a good demon? That do entities change? Do people change? Once we are perceived in one way, are we perceived in that way throughout this particular existence? Or can we do something to help people to see us in a different light, or help other beings to see us in a different light? Well, I'm doing a video series on Aquatic, the demon of wealth. And he is sharing some of his secrets, which many are already known. It's just people forget about them, about being wealthy, what is real wealth, money, how to acquire it. I know you're probably thinking oh my God, Cassandra's a little strong. Cassandra never had the mind. Cassandra never had that mind. So that was fake. Anyway, I'm just checking this wig to see if I'm gonna wear it, to see if I look cute. I look amazing. I am about to eat some carrots or some yogurt, maybe a few mushrooms, and then I'm gonna find a nice choker and yeah, make some tea, and we just gonna chat tonight, baby. And then while this is loading, I'm gonna grade. Okay, I gotta keep my job. And upload some. I'll introduce you to some versions of Aquatic tonight. And anyway, thank you so much for watching.